Greetings, royal family. Welcome back. I know you read the title. You see my Braxton blue sweater on. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to start off this video by saying Miss Evelyn, the Braxton sisters, maybe even the brother, as well as Mr. Braxton. Tamar's behavior is, you guys have to take some sort of responsibility for that. Like, honestly, this episode was gross. Okay, and I said to myself, this season is not going to end without Tamar reappearing with her nasty, negative, bratty behavior, just immature, disrespectful attitude. And the sisters, Miss Evelyn and Mr. Braxton, you guys have to take responsibility for this, because throughout this episode, I seen you guys refer to her as the baby, our baby sister, and you guys coddle her. You guys make excuses for her behavior. No one really calls her to the carpet. Tony Braxton is saying, well, that's just, I'm used to Tammy being that way. And it made me think of when the sisters actually went to visit Iyanla. Iyanla asked the question, so when she behaves like this, who is the one that like calls her out? Like, who's the one that, what do you guys do when she behaves this way? And so the episode opens up with Tawanda visiting Sean, her beau. She meets him at the studio. She asked him for his autograph. She brought a bottle of wine. And they're like pretty much reminiscing about how they met, so on and so forth. And she invited him to attend Tamar's birthday celebration, dinner, whatever you want to call it. Because all of the other sisters were bringing their men, husband, fiancés, whatever. So she wanted, Sean to go. So she's kind of like filling him in on certain things. So he agrees to go. Vaughn, of course, he agrees to go. Tracy's husband agrees to go. David, which is Tamar's boyfriend, took a little bit of convincing because he stated that he did have to work, but he ended up going. So they get there. All of the sisters arrive except for Tamar at first. So they're getting adjusted. The vibe is just cool. Everybody's getting to know one another. I thought it was real honorable of Kevin, which is Tracy's husband, to pull Vaughn aside and just, acknowledge what he had to go through while Trina was dealing with the passing of her ex-husband. And I thought that was real welcoming. As Vaughn said, he likes Kevin. He's an upstanding guy. He kind of pulled him aside. So I thought that was cool. Tony was already there. She greeted the ladies. Everybody's getting settled. And Tamar arrives. And it's just changed the whole mood. And she just came in real boisterous and childish and where's my room, barging into everyone's room and upset at the fact that she didn't get to choose her room, or she didn't get the biggest room, or she didn't get the room that she liked. David pointed out, he's just happy to be there with Tamar and celebrate. And this episode was real. It just reminded me of all of the other episodes with Tamar and her antics. I really enjoy the sisters, and I enjoy them more when Tamar is not in the scene, because she just has a way of she just makes the energy so tense and so drama filled and so unnecessary. So we get it that it's your birthday, but I found it really, I'm gonna call you the sisters out. So Tamar and Tracy's birthday is they're a week apart, right? But everything was about Tamar. Okay, fine, But why was everyone so afraid to acknowledge that Tracy's birthday was coming up as well? Like, see, this is what I mean about enabling Tamar. It was like, at the mere mention of Tracy's birthday when they were at the dinner table, everyone is cringing and, ooh, why is everyone so like, you know what I mean? Why are they enabling this childish behavior? And when Tracy's husband was at the table and he basically said, Grace, he shouted out his wife. What's wrong with that? That's when you start to see Tamar's attitude, erupt. But even prior to that, when they all of them were at the dinner table and, there was a scene where everyone was going around kind of talking about how they met. Tamar was accusing Tawanda of being pregnant. So, it seemed they were joking around and stuff like that. But of course, Tamar had to be loud and just boisterous and just kind of rattle, the mood. And David starts to talk, and starts to talk about how he met Tamar and how when he first met her, he didn't know that she was black. And Vaughn's face was priceless. Vaughn looked like, where the heck is this guy from? What is he talking about? And of course, Tamar's gonna think that's cute, because that's a whole nother video. Sometimes people find that as a compliment, certain females and males. When people say like, oh, you look like you're mixed with something, a lot of people think that that's some sort of compliment. Me, I don't. Like, if you ask me if I was mixed with anything, I would correct you immediately. Yeah, I'm mixed with Nigerian and Jamaican. Like, what are you talking about? But anyway, you can tell that Tamar tried to act as though she was embarrassed, but anywho. So the table erupted into laughter. They were laughing and things like that. But what I really want to talk about is like Tamar's behavior and how everybody enables Tamar's behavior. I get all of that. That she's, the youngest sister, not the baby. She's not a baby. She hasn't been a baby in a very, very, very long time. And everyone, oh, that's just how Tamar is. That's just how Tamar is. That's how Tamar is. Why is everyone so afraid to call her out on her crack? Like, what really happened with y'all growing up? Like, did something traumatic, other than her talking about her being molested by a close family member, is that what you guys are continuously shielding her from? Maybe you guys kind of know what really happened and you feel bad for her. So when she acts out like this, you guys that's just how she is. She's hurt. And enabling her to do that is toxic to everybody around, and it's also bad for Tamar as well. So I'm not feeling that, man. I'm not feeling that. Tony's just, so that's how Tamar is. No, her behavior is absolutely out of control. And I don't like the fact that the sisters did not acknowledge Tracy at all. It was all about Tamar. And yes, Tracy's birthday is a week away, but she's your sister, for God's sakes, as Miss Evelyn would say. Why can't it be, if it's all about family, as everyone says it is, why couldn't Tracy be included? And I really feel like Tracy's really gonna blow her top as we see previews for the next episode, because why does she always have to hold in what she, for the sake of this one or for the sake of that one? You know what I mean? I don't think that that's fair. I don't think she's respected. I just feel like, and Tracy too, you've sat back and allowed it for a long time, so you're also enabling this behavior. You're allowing them to treat you like you're an afterthought, or like, not even related to them. So you need to speak up as well, and not blow up, but speak up about it until your voice is heard. And this episode was really like tough to watch because just the behavior, Tamar's sporadic behavior. She didn't want to eat the cake because Tony poked her finger in the cake when the tradition was for everyone to grab the cake. She stated that she got one gift and one gift only, and she's not going on a balloon ride, and this was the worst birthday ever. How disrespectful. People took time off of work, away from their own families, to come and celebrate with you. You don't even want to acknowledge your sister, and you turn around and say this is the worst birthday ever because you didn't get the room you wanted. You didn't get the gift. You are a 40-something-year-old woman, and everyone is allowing you to act like a 5-year-old with no scruples. I don't even want to say a 5-year-old, because I know a lot of 5-year-olds, well, kids when they were 5 years old, that were much better mannered than that. So I don't know, y'all. The season is coming to an end. Next week we're gonna see Tracy like blackout, and the scene that I thought that they cut out when Tracy basically stands up and says to Tamar, "You make it real hard to love you." I thought they cut that scene out, but apparently they just kept showing it to string us along, and I'll definitely be tuned in. I thought it was extremely disrespectful the way that Tamar talked to Tracy's husband, telling him, "Why don't you go back to jail, homeboy?" Like, who are you talking to? This girl, I don't think she ever had paws and feet placed on her. But violence is never the answer. But I don't like the fact that you sisters, you guys enable this behavior, and I'm telling you, it's gonna backfire on. It has backfired on each and every one of you. Tamar has gone in the press and talked about all of the sisters, to anyone who will listen. And I'm just not feeling it. I'm looking forward to Tracy standing up for herself. I'm looking forward to Tracy, I hope she didn't hit anyone. But I'm looking forward to Tracy, just basically letting y'all know I've had enough. I've had enough of this. And Tamar's behavior is not cute. It's not funny. Some people are entertained by it, but me personally, I just think it's destructive, it's degrading, it's disrespectful, and it's disgusting. It really is. You're 40-something years old, and you have a son, and it's just this is how you choose to behave, and the people around you enable this. We got to do better, man. I'm sorry. If she was my sister, she would have to conduct herself in a certain manner to be in my presence, or we just wouldn't be around each other. And I understand that that's family, but we got to hold people accountable for their behavior, and we have to hold each other to a certain standard, because why would you want to see your sister going around acting like a plumb fool? And she's a 40-something-year-old woman. She's also a mother. She's also an entertainer. Aren't you concerned about her reputation? So you're gonna allow her to walk around and act like she's a 3-year-old? No, you got to hold people accountable if they're going to be in your presence. And if you love somebody, you should be able to tell them the truth. And again, hold them accountable. Let them know, I'm not tolerating this. I'm not tolerating this behavior. You need to seek help, and you just need to grow up. And it's not even about grow up. I really think that Tamar has a bipolar disorder. And I said this before in one of my other Braxton reviews, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not joking at all. I really do think that because of the trauma that she's experienced in her life in the past, I really think that she has some either post-traumatic stress or a form of depression, because depression comes in many different forms. And I just really think that she's triggered easily, because she's 1 minute she's one way, another minute she's another way. It's 2 to 3 different people, and her behavior is so sporadic, and it's so far left, and it's wild, and I don't know. I don't want to see anybody suffer or not get any help if they need it, but it's really difficult to tolerate Tamar, and it's just watching it on television, and I can only imagine being around her. Royal family, let me know what you think. Get down in the comments. Am I overreacting? Are you a Tamartian? Do you think that something traumatic really happened to her, and the sisters are just kind of coddling her because maybe she didn't seek the appropriate help for it? Was Tamar justified in acting out because she only got one gift, the sunglasses and a balloon ride? Let me know what you think. I love comments. I love interacting with you guys. Shout out to all of you who have been recently subscribing to my channel, watching my channel, giving me commentary. The royal family is growing, so make sure you thumbs up this video if you like it. Leave a comment. Like I said, I love to discuss, even if you don't agree with me, respectfully. Just get that in the comments. I just love to debate, love to talk, love to hear different point of views. So that's about it for this review. Next week is the season finale, and hopefully I'll get my thrills by seeing Tracy finally stand up for herself. Well, I'll see y'all soon. Until next time, royal family. Peace.